Hi, Rory and Kate here from hypnosiscourses.com, and this video is all about how to hypnotize using the infamous pocket watch.
Ooh. Now, you might think that using a pocket watch is going back to the movies and stereotypical images of hypnotists and their pocket watch, or the evil hypnotist. Not looking at anyone in particular, Rory. But generally, your clients may have seen some use of a pocket watch, and if they come to a therapy session expecting you to use a pocket watch of some sort, then if you were to say to them, oh no, you're wrong, we don't possibly use that sort of thing, this is hypnotherapy, what you can do is you can either alienate a client because they might think, oh, I feel a bit of a fool now, thinking that I was going to get hypnotised with a pocket watch, and they'll back off. Or they might just feel really disappointed. They might have built it up in their mind that it was going to be an amazing experience looking at this pocket watch, and then you spoilt it for them. Either way, you could affect rapport. You could certainly have a huge impact on how your client thinks of the rest of the session as well. So it's really useful to have a handy pocket watch or something reflective that you could use to hand. Ultimately, it's an eye fixation induction. It's a moving eye fixation induction rather than just looking at a point on the ceiling or at a bright light. It's a little bit like a candle flame in that there's something flickering. However, you get a lot more movement with a pocket watch, and the really good ones, like the one Rory's going to be using, actually have a very reflective surface, and this makes it even more powerful.
So there are a couple of different ways to hypnotize someone using a pocket watch. So we're going to demonstrate two of those, and the first one is hypnotist led. So I will be holding the pocket watch and giving direct suggestions for Kate to go into hypnosis. It's a simple eye fixation induction. And the second type is going to be delivered in a slightly more indirect manner, and it will rely as well on idiomotor response. So we're going to get Kate to hold the pocket watch for that one. So firstly, let's show you how to do very direct, authoritarian pocket watch induction. So, are you happy to go into hypnosis?
Of course.
You are, fantastic. So, what I'm going to do it left-handed for the camera's purpose. So, here is my pocket watch. It's really a fantastic way to hypnotise people. I'm sure you can probably see yourself in it. You're probably already starting to look relaxed. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you, as best you can, to follow the pocket watch as it swings from left to right, and with every swing your eyes will begin to get heavy and tired. And you'll find that with every swing your eyes are getting even heavier and heavier with every moment that passes, and the more you try to keep those eyes open, the more they just want to close. The more they need to close. Try to keep them open. As you watch the watch, you can find those eyes just closing now. As you go on relaxing down into a wonderful, deep, hypnotic relaxation. That's right. And now I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and on the count of 3 you can be fully wide awake back in the room and feeling very good. So ready, 1 coming up, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3, eyes open. There you go, that worked a lot quicker than I was expecting it to.
Me too. Wow.
Gonna give it a little clean on my t-shirt. There you go, make it nice and shiny for you.
Okay.
So this time, what's going to happen? In order for you to go into hypnosis, something really interesting is going to happen with this one, even more interesting than the previous one that you just experienced. So what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to hold on to that top knot just there. And I'd like you to extend your arm right out in front of you, just so we can have that watch just about there. That works absolutely fine. In fact, what I'd like you to do is put your feet flat on the floor for me. That's good. So, in a moment, what I'd like you to do is, without moving any part of your body and focusing your eyes on the watch, I'd like you to think about that watch beginning to swing from side to side. And you can begin to do that now. Allow your thoughts to connect to the idea of that watch without moving yourself. And you'll find that watch begins, that's right, to swing side to side all by itself. And if you think, swing further, that will swing further. Side to side, that's fantastic, and keep making that arc bigger in your imagination. And as you continue to focus on that watch swinging from side to side, you again find your eyes becoming heavy And the more the watch swings, the heavier your eyes can become. And as your eyes become heavier, so too your arm becomes heavier. And as that watch and your eyes and your arm become heavier and heavier, when you're ready to go into hypnosis, you can allow your eyes to close, your hand to drop down and to relax. That's right, all the way down, all the way deep into a wonderful state of hypnotic relaxation now. And once again, I'll count from 1 to 3, and at the count of 3, you'll be fully wide awake and back in the room feeling good. So ready. 1, beginning to reorient to the room around you. 2, take a nice deep breath in. And 3, eyes open, wide awake, feeling really good.
Wow.
Excellent. So, with the ending to that, obviously I took the watch from Kate as her hand dropped down. You could let them keep hold of it. Sometimes people would drop their hand down, keeping hold of the watch. Other times, if the hand dropped, they would drop the watch as well. I didn't want her to drop it, so that's why I grabbed it off her as the hand dropped down. How was that induction for you?
Wow, I like that.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah. So obviously you have the eye fixation element with the watch. The client's in control of that, but also the idiomotor response element. So the hand, and how much effort were you putting into that movement?
Was spooky.
Yeah.
Because at the start it's like, oh, it's not doing much. And then as she said about thinking about increasing it, it's like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting it to move that much. That was really surprising.
See, I'm doing it.
You've got to have a go at this yourself. Absolutely.
I'm doing it right now, and I'm not moving it. I'm thinking about it moving from left to right. And idiomotor response, as you probably know, it's an involuntary kind of minuscule muscular response. So just by thinking that, the body makes that happen. So it's a really good convincer, and when it starts moving as well, the client's like, oh my God, that's absolutely amazing. So you then feed that back into the eye fixation. Once they've already got that, it's kind of like a yes set as well. You know, they've got that success. The thing starts moving because you've suggested it will, and the client is like, yeah, wow, that's amazing. So then they're more likely to follow the next suggestion that you give them, which is for the eyes to get tired, also for the arm to get tired. I added that in. You don't have to have the arm get tired at the same time, but you can. It works quite nicely.
Absolutely.
And
what I was going to say is as well, I quite like having the knot at the end, because if you do it with just holding on to the main part of it, the main body of it, you haven't really got anything to grip on, whereas the knot just sort of fits nicely in your fingers. It's more comfortable there.
Yeah. So that is a couple of examples of the pocket watch induction. So don't be afraid to whip out your pocket watch to hypnotise people, because although it is a bit esoteric, it could be perceived as a bit old-fashioned, it can still be very highly